What's up, decoders? Welcome back to the channel. This is Decoding with Cody, and today is April 5th, 2026, and this is a live stream. And let me know in the chat if you guys can hear me. Give me that thumbs up in the live stream chat. Sorry, guys, I had a bit of a delay here. I had a problem with the faucet in the kitchen, so trying to get everything organized here. But thank you to everyone who's tuning in tonight. Hope you guys are all having a good Easter. And thank you guys for that thumbs up. Thank you, Coffee Girl. Thank you to KC Golfing. What's up, buddy? Hope you're doing well, Kevin. Hello to Dragonfly. Hello to Peggy, Rico. Hope you guys are all well today. Let's see. I'm going to take myself off the screen. But yeah, we got some interesting things to talk about here with Donald Trump's pretty ominous tweets the last few days, and so it's definitely an interesting decode. It's not going to be too long, hopefully, but we're going to dive into, again, Donald Trump's tweets and how he's saying time is running out. I'm going to show you how his tweet seems to be encoding Revelation 9:11, which talks about Apollyon, the destroyer. Okay, so Trump is threatening to destroy Iran if they don't meet his deadline. And basically, it's going to be pretty crazy once you guys see how this aligns. And again, sorry if I'm a little bit scatterbrained. I just was having an issue with the kitchen faucet in my apartment I'm staying at, and I'm just a bit distracted now. But I wanted to get through this decode and get it done, at least for now, and then we'll jump into it. So thank you to the 68 of you that are in here. Please hit that like button if you guys enjoy the content as usual. Also, there's a Buy Me a Coffee link at the top of the chat if you guys want to support the channel. I always appreciate you guys, all the people who do hit the like button and support the channel. I really appreciate you all. And yeah, so let's not waste a lot of time here. Serverbot says 9/11 days since Hamas attack. Really? Hold on. Did I miss that? So the Hamas attack was on October 7th. Wow. So today's post in Easter is 9/11 days after the Hamas attack on Israel. Huh. Wow. Thank you, Serverbot. I didn't even know this. Well, how about that, guys? Considering what I'm about ready to show you, this actually makes it even more crazy. Actually, from the day that Iran declared war, well, hold on. When did Israel declare war on Hamas? Let me just make sure. When did Israel declare war on Hamas? Let it load for a second. Sorry, it's being a bit slow. Oh, look, October 8th, Israel declared war on Hamas. Now, tomorrow, which is the deadline for Iran, is 9/11 days later, folks. Wow. Absolutely. Somebody's saying that Iran in Hebrew. Wait, hold on. 9/11 Gematria Iran. Is Iran equal 9/11 in Hebrew? Is that true? Hold on. English to Hebrew. See, I haven't even gotten to my decode yet. Iran. Let's see if this equals 9/11. Hold on. Let me put in my Hebrew calculator here. Hold on. 1 second. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Can you guys hear a ringing noise in the background? That's the faucet. That's not sounding good. That's why I'm going to try to get this stream done as soon as possible. Can you guys let me know in the chat if you guys can even hear that is in the background? Okay, good. I'm glad you guys can't hear it, but it's really distracting me. It's like the faucet pressure. So the valve in the faucet is going bad, and the faucet pressure, it's not turning off the water. It's leaking into the sink. I told the guy about it, who owns the property, of course, and he looked at it and said, "Well, just fix it in the morning." But I think he's going to need to turn off the water fully. But we'll see. Yeah, there's no water valve under the sink. I already looked for that. Anyway, this isn't about my leaky faucet. Let me find Hebrew. Let me just make sure that this is correct, that Iran equals 9/11. So hold on. Let me go over to my chat here. This stream is all over the place, and I'm sorry for that. Let's see. I'm not going to be able to copy and paste it. 1 second here. So nothing happened in Iran yet, but let me just go to my live stream and copy and paste that so I can get this correct here. All right. 1 second. Let's see, what cipher does it? Okay, so Iran does equal 9/11 in the Hebrew Sophet cipher. Okay. All right. The Mispar Gadol Hebrew cipher, 9/11 equal, or Iran equals 9/11. Okay. So this is a great addition. Hopefully you guys can see that. Can you guys see that? Let me make it bigger. But yeah, here it is right here. And again, today is not, we just found out today is 9/11 days after Israel declared war on Hamas. So with those two things in mind, let's go into my slides, because what I have to share in my slides is going to connect to what I just found out here from ServerBot. So Trump has posted a tweet. This was yesterday, I believe. This was posted a tweet. He said, "Remember when I gave Iran 10 days?" Now, how much have we been talking about the number 10 with say 10? You guys, if you guys have watched my other streams, you guys know we've been talking about 10. But Trump gave Iran 10 days to make a deal or open the Strait of Hormuz. Time is running out, he says. Let me just make this full here. Time is running out, 48 hours before all hell will rain down on them. Yeah, rain is an anagram of Iran. That's a good addition as well. But notice that, guys, what version of the word rain does Trump use here? This is the clue, okay? He doesn't use the word rain as in raining like out of the sky. He uses the word reign like a king reigns. So this is the clue. He uses this word reign. They had a king over them, the angel of the bottomless pit. He's the one he's talking about reign. Okay, so this is the clue, right? That he's not using the R-A-I-N word. He's using the R-E-I-G-N word. Okay. Just give me 1 second, guys. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to take. This guy's coming back to my apartment. Can you guys Please tell anyone that just gets into the stream that I'm going to be away for just 1 second. Unfortunately, I have to do this in the middle of the live stream because apparently this guy's coming back to my room to check this faucet out. I'll just leave it up here for now. Again, I'm sorry, guys. Or maybe I should I restart the stream? I don't know how long I'll even be away because I don't know how long it's going to take. He hasn't come to the room yet, but when he comes, I'm going to have to turn the volume off and go away. Let's just try to get through as much as I can before he comes to the room, okay? All right, so Trump made this post. He said, you have 48 hours till hell will reign, okay? Hell, the angel of the bottomless pit, Apollyon, otherwise known as Abaddon. So remember, he's saying that hell will reign, and his deadline is for April 6th. In my last stream, Zirkle revealed to us that if you go from the death of the Apollo astronaut, Neil Armstrong, to April 6th, which is when Artemis 2 crew will be close to the moon and Trump's deadline, it will be from Armstrong's death, it will be 4,973 days. Guys, that's the 666 prime number. So Neil Armstrong will be dead 666 prime days tomorrow on this deadline. And again, he was the guy who wrote Apollo. Now, what does Apollo equal in Fibonacci cipher? 666. So we found this out in the last stream, okay? So this is our clue, right? Apollo, Apollyon, Revelation 9:11. That's what we're going to talk about. Now, look at this, guys. I found this out today and I was shocked. So if you take Trump's tweet and you leave out glory to God, if you just cut it off right there. So basically just the statement that he makes, which he says, remember when I gave Iran 10 days to make a deal or open up the Hormuz Strait, time is running out, 48 hours before all hell will rain down on them. Rain down, okay? Now, I didn't include the glory be to God. Why? Because this is, first of all, we're leaving out the God from this because this part is all about the hell, okay? Up until this point, the glory to God part. And first of all, it's what blasphemy that Trump's even saying this. But check out what this entire post equals in gematria. It equals 1442, guys. 1442, right here. Well, what if I told you that Revelation 9:11, and they had a king over them who reigns, right? Which is the angel of the bottomless pit, hell, whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon, Donald, but in the Greek tongue, he hath his name Apollyon. Okay? Now look at this. I told you from Apollo astronaut's death to tomorrow is 666 prime. 1 second, guys. Hold on. 1 second. Guys, I'm going to have to take a step back. 1 second. Hold on. Testing, 1, 2. Can you guys hear me? Testing, I'm back. All right, so we got the water thing fixed for now, thank God, so I can focus on the decode. But yeah, so how crazy is this, guys? The tweet about raining hell on Iran equals 1442 in the English ordinal cipher, just like Revelation 9:11. I mean, you think, first of all, how many of you in the chat think this is a coincidence? Remember, how many times have we compared Trump to Apollyon or Abaddon? Okay. And in fact, this is not the first time we've talked about the number 1442 being the gematria of Revelation 9:11. And now we found out that tomorrow is 9/11 days after Hamas attacked Israel, or after Israel declared war on Hamas. Now we're talking about Revelation 9:11 here, which aligns perfectly with Donald Trump's tweet about raining hell, which is perfect because, again, Abaddon or Apollyon is reigning over the bottomless pit, which other people would consider hell, right? But this one makes it pretty clear, guys. In the Strong's Greek Concordance, Apollyon is number 623. So if we go to the other gematria cipher, not the ordinal gematria, A is 1, B is 2. If we go to the reduction gematria cipher, check out the gematria of Donald Trump's tweet. Remember when I gave Iran 10 days to make a deal? The whole tweet sums to 623 in Pythagorean reduction gematria. Guys, Apollyon in the Strong's Greek Concordance is 623. Also, I told you that the Artemis is part of the connected with the Apollo. And again, Apollo, sorry guys, I'm making a text, making sure everything's good with this water. So one second. I would not be upset with you guys if you hit the thumbs down for this stream, because I know this is getting horrible. It was a good decode before everything happened with the faucet. But yeah, Strong's Greek Concordance, Apollyon 623, Trump's tweet sums to 623. The Artemis program, which is currently supposedly running towards the moon, which we don't believe, equals 623. Now check this out, guys. There's a book called Trump, Apollyon and Obama by Will Clark. Check out how Barack Hussein Obama equals 623, like Artemis Project, like Apollyon is strong 623. And remember, Trump's tweet sums to 623. And again, the book is called Trump, Apollyon, and Obama. Obama's full name, Barack Hussein Obama, 623, like Artemis program. And again, Artemis is the twin sister of Apollo. We're talking about 9/11, guys. The second 9/11, I believe, is on the horizon, folks. Trump's not just telling Iran. I'm not trying to create fear here, by the way. I'm just showing you what clearly the numbers and the signs are pointing to. This is Artemis is in the sky now. Artemis is the twin of Apollo, the twin towers, 9/11. Okay. Trump is posting that there will be hell raining down. Okay. But the point is that this 623 is not a coincidence. I already showed you how the ordinal gematria of Revelation 9:11 sums to Trump's tweet. And I showed you how the Strong's Concordance 623 is Apollyon, which points to his tweet being that. And again, Barack Hussein Obama, which is on the book that's written about Trump and Apollyon. But remember, in my last decode, I talked about, matter of fact, let's go back to my last decode. I talked about the number 110. And I talked about this number because 34 equals 110. And this is during Passover. Passover is all about, Passover is all about the angel of death. What is Apollo in Revelation 9:11? He is the angel of the bottomless pit, which you could say is like the angel of death. Now, remember, in my last decode, I talked about Elon Musk. I talked about the word Pesach, which is Passover, which is, I did the decode on Pedro Pascal, and how he's connected to the Passover. Pascal means Passover. But anyway, you guys will remember I talked about the 110, okay? Yeah, please let's get those likes to 110. That would be perfect, right? So considering last stream we talked about 110, let's go back talking about 110 again. Because when the Apollo program was formally initiated, JFK, the president, which equals 110 at the time, and Donald Trump is now the president, which equals 110. On Thursday, the 25th of May, 1961, John F. Kennedy gave a speech dedicating the national goal to go to the moon via the Apollo program. That day had 110 date numerology, 25 plus 5 plus 19 plus 61. That was the year Obama was born, by the way. That sums to 110. So that date, when John F. Kennedy announced the goal of going to the moon with Apollo, was 110 date numerology. Again, Apollyon, 110, like president. Now, here's what makes this even more crazy. Remember when Iran was attacked, what date was it on the Islamic calendar, guys? It was the 9th month and 11th day on the Islamic calendar when they were attacked on February 28th. You guys remember that decode I did? I was one of the people who really brought that to the world, that it was attacked on 9/11, right? Remember, what verse are we talking about? Apollyon in Revelation 9:11, okay? So if Iran was attacked on 9/11 on the Islamic calendar, Trump's deadline from that day of the attack to tomorrow, or it could be the 7th, is 38 days or 1 month and 10 days. Look at this, guys. Apollyon. In the base 2 ciphers of English gematria, Apollyon, 110 and 38. Are you kidding me? From 9/11 on the Islamic calendar to this threat by Trump, this deadline, it's both the 110, 1 month and 10 days, or 38 days. And again, what are the odds that Apollyon sums to both those numbers? And that's from the beginning of the war. And again, that goes perfectly with president and Apollyon, okay? So based off of what I have just showed you, okay, and again, thank you to tomorrow, 666 prime days since Neil Armstrong died, who was on Apollo, which equals 666. National Aeronautics Space Administration, 666. You have the tweet equaling Revelation 9/11. You have the tweet equaling 623, like Apollyon in the Strongs is 623. Artemis program, 623. You have the 110 and the 38, connection with the beginning of the war. And again, what is this all about? The destroyer, guys. Apollyon, the destroyer. Trump is threatening to destroy Iran. Okay, so Trump is literally being Apollyon. He's being a very bad Dawn, okay? Abaddon. But what about this? If you go to the good old trusty Francis Bacon simple cipher, which Rambo revealed to us, and you take the angel of the bottomless pit in gematria, it equals 296. Well, tomorrow on this deadline, it's 296 days after Trump's birthday. like the angel of the bottomless pit equals 296. Now check this out. Considering that Trump's birthday is June 14th, like 614, if you type in the whole gematria of Revelation 9:11, what does it equal in the reduction cipher? Let me just get the right cipher here, and then I'll show you what it equals. Not sure why that's not coming up. Hold on. Okay, so 1 second. All right, so here is what happens when you put Revelation 9:11 in the reduction English cipher. It equals 614. And again, from Trump's 614 birthday, which was no King's Day, remember they had no King's Day, and we just had another no King's Day a few days ago. And remember, this is all about Apollo. Apollo is the king. They had a king over them, the angel of the bottomless pit, right? But again, 614 is the Trump's birthday. It is the gematria of Revelation 9:11. From 614 last year to tomorrow, 296 days, the angel of the bottomless pit, 296. All right, let's keep going. Please hit those likes. We're going to keep building a case that this is all about the destruction, the destroyer, Apollyon. But look at this, guys. The first program that was supposedly bringing people to space. Again, we don't believe any of this, really. But Project Mercury was the first human spaceflight program. Mercury, guys. I talked about Mercury, the trickster, kind of like the devil, the deceiver, right? Project Mercury, okay? But here's where it gets interesting. Remember, we're talking about Apollyon. If we go to the final space flight of the Apollo program, Apollo 17 on December 19th, 1972, and you measure to tomorrow's deadline with the Apollyon connections, check this out. In Mercury days, which is approximately 176 days, look at this. It's perfect, guys. From the last Apollo flight to tomorrow, 110 mercurial days and 106 terrestrial days. So basically 110 full Mercury days plus 106 extra days. Guys, that is the gematria of Apollyon. Again, I showed you this back here, lining up perfectly with the two-cipher gematria of the Apollyon, right? But what are the odds, guys, from the last Apollo flight? It's 110 and 106. That's Apollyon in two ciphers. Now, who was born on December 19th, exactly 8 years after the Apollo moon mission ended? It was Jake Gyllenhaal. Now, who's Jake Gyllenhaal play? Guys, Jake Gyllenhaal plays Donnie Darko. Donnie Darko equals Apollyon. Are you coding me? Guys, is that not mind-blowing? Donnie Darko, played by Jake Gyllenhaal, his birthday is 8 years after Apollo, the last flight of the Apollo program, and Donnie Darko equals Apollyon. And remember, Donnie Darko was released on 119 in the year 2001. It was released on January 19th, 2001. And again, that's like a 9/11 code again. And again, that was the same year as 2000 as 9/11, right? And again, Mercury is the twin. It rules Gemini. Trump is a Gemini, the twins, right? So yeah, Donnie Darko 110, Apollyon 110. But check this out. Trump made another tweet today, guys. Look at what this says. This is our sitting president saying such ridiculous things. Look at this. Let me just read this. And if I was to read this and not tell you that this was the president of the United States, you guys would be like, this must be some internet troll. Look at this. Trump wrote this, supposedly. Tuesday will be power plant day and bridge day. Oh, what's that mean? All wrapped up into one in Iran. There will be nothing like it. Open the effing straight, you crazy bees, or you'll be living in hell. Just watch. And then he writes this. Praise be to Allah. What the heck is this guy smoking, man? Like, seriously, this really is Apollyon. This guy's losing his mind. He just said in his tweet 2 days ago, glory be to God. And now he's saying that it's going to be power plant day. Sounds like a power outage and a bridge. And guys, how many times have I talked about on this channel a bridge collapse and a power outage? And Trump is saying that Tuesday will be a power plant day, like a power outage, and a bridge day. Sounds like a bridge collapse to me. There will be nothing like it. Open the effing straight. Guys, what does the Golden Gate Bridge go over? Can somebody tell me what the name of the water the Golden Gate Bridge goes over? What's it called? Let me just bring it up. Golden Gate Strait. The Golden Gate is a strait. You guys seen this? Trump is threatening a bridge based off of the Strait of Hormuz. And he's threatening a bridge, but the most famous bridge in the world goes over the strait, the Golden Gate Strait. Jesus entered into Jerusalem through the Golden Gate. So do you guys think that this might actually be hinting at something with the Golden Gate Bridge? I mean, it's all there. But again, check this out. He said they'll be living in hell, or you could say a living hell, which equals Apollyon, okay? But check this out. If you take today's tweet and you take out the praise part and the Donald Trump part, and you just take the whole verse, look at this. Tuesday will be power plant day and bridge day, all wrapped into one in Iran. There will be nothing like it. Open the effing straight, you crazy bees, or you'll be living in hell. It equals 666 in satanic. Are you coding me? In the satanic cipher, this tweet, when you take out the praise part, it equals 666, 6606. That's in the satanic cipher, which is all about the number 6. Okay? So that, again, that's today's tweet. And again, all this that I'm saying is in play for the tomorrow 4-6 or the next day 4-7, because 4-7 also lines up with these measurements. And again, Trump is the 47th president, so it would make sense that we would have something on 4-7 as well. But again, guys, this is all not looking very good, to be honest. I don't know what's about ready to go down in Iran, or I don't know if it's going to happen here or what's going to happen, but it's been pretty quiet lately, to be honest. This stupid war has been quiet, but I feel like something bigger is coming for sure. And Trump seems to be kind of giving us clues. But just to show you guys that there truly is an Apollyon angel theme going on here, last night was a history-making night in the MLB, Major League Baseball. And let me show you what happened. Jordan Adele delivered what many considered the greatest defensive performance in MLB history yesterday on 4-4 by robbing 3 home runs in a single game. His trio of spectacular catches in right field was a deciding factor in Los Angeles Angels' 1-0 victory over Seattle. Guys, Seattle. Shout out to Jurassic Liars, who's been talking about how the Angels have the A, which looks like the Space Needle, and they're playing Seattle yesterday. The Angels, like the Angel of the Bottomless Pit, Apollyon. But check out the name of the guy who made the history-making catches. Jordan Adele equals Apollyon. And again, he has the A right on his shirt. And again, the Apollo program and the Artemis program, both represented by an A shape. So what is it, a coincidence that the Angels player with the A's on their logo and Los Angeles also means the fallen angels, pretty much the lost angels? But again, what are the odds that, again, this guy, he equals Apollyon, and he's the angel, and he even fell into the pit. If you see his final catch, he fell into the fans, which is kind of like falling into the pit, right? So again, what are the odds of all that? And again, this happened on Martin Luther King's anniversary. And you know, Martin Luther King is named Seattle, Washington, King County is named after Martin Luther King. So there's a whole riddle there with the King, Abaddon, Trump, all that. But again, one final thing. If you take Trump's full name and you just add the word Apollyon, look what it equals. Donald John Trump Apollyon. It equals 110. Again, this is the number we've been talking about for the last two streams. This connects with the Passover. Because again, let me go back to last day's stream. Remember how Pedro Pascal was in the Final Four or the Fantastic Four? His name means Passover. And when you take his name over Pascal, it equals 110. Pedro Pascal equals 110. Another word for Passover is Pesach or Pesach, which equals 110. This is Passover. Passover is about the angel of death. That's Apollyon. And then remember, Pedro Pascal's birthday and the launch of this Artemis was 110 days before the moon landing anniversary, which was on Apollo. Okay? So Apollyon equals 110. Then you got Elon Musk, whose name equals 110, who wants to go to Mars. Also, you got that old book by Warner von Braun where there's the Elon, the leader of Mars. That the Elon equals 110. And I didn't even mention this, but the World Trade Centers had 110 stories. But again, we're talking about Revelation 9/11. The 9/11 Twin Towers had 110 stories. Okay, but when you type out the number 34, which is Passover in Gematria, Paschal Lamb equals 34 in two ciphers. Fantastic Four, the movie we decoded, equals 34 in two ciphers. Firstborn equals 34. When you type out 34, it equals 110. Okay, so all these numbers come together to tell us about Apollyon, because again, tomorrow is 666 prime days since Neil Armstrong died. Apollo equals 666. But what do you guys think? Is this a coincidence? Is all this just a coincidence? Is all this lining up so perfectly? The tweet equaling Revelation 9/11. The tweet equals 623, which is Apollyon in the Strongs. Also, there's a book called Trump, Apollyon, and Obama, which equals Artemis program. I mean, are you coding me, guys? So, with that being said, let's jump to the comments. And again, the beginning of this decode, one of the subscribers made a very important point that tomorrow is 9/11 days after Hamas declared war on Israel, or Israel declared war on Hamas. And so, does anyone else have any clear findings that connect to that? Now, considering that we had this angels in the outfield, I want to give a big shout out to Derek from Gematria because he put me on to this. Let's go back to the Golden Gate Strait. I really think there's something going on here with the Golden Gate Bridge, guys. Again, Trump is promising that tomorrow or 2 days from now will be... Okay, Golden Age Deception is in the chat. And I saw your post earlier, man, but I just didn't get a can't look into Alex Jones' Golden Gate Bridge Iran attack. I mean, isn't this perfect? It seems to be all about the Golden Gate Bridge, guys. Someday that bridge is really going to get taken out. Alex Jones, Golden Gate Bridge attack. Let's see. Where am I looking at here? His tweet. Golden Gate Bridge attack tweet. I'm just trying to find where it's going to say here. Let's see what this says. Alex Jones on the day of 9/11, Israel's going to get us bombed. Okay, on X. Is it a recent tweet, Golden Age? A recent tweet? Alex Jones on X? Is he even on X? Golden Gate Bridge? I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it. Let's see what this is. Guys, is this leading to the Golden Gate Bridge thing? This morning he did. He posted that this morning? Wait, imagine if Iran bombed and destroyed the Golden Gate Bridge. What the heck? This is just today, guys. He posted this today. Are you coding me? Guys, I didn't even know this, and I was already thinking about the connection here with the Golden Gate Bridge. He just posted this today. What on earth? Guys, I mean, what's going on here? Now, let me show you something that connects this, because remember, we had this Angels player in the outfield, right? There's a movie called Angels in the Outfield, okay? So how many, raise your hand in the chats if you all know this movie, Angels in the Outfield, right? It stars Danny Glover. Danny Glover, okay? So I'm going to try to take you guys on this journey here. So Danny Glover, he was in Angels in the Outfield, guys. This just happened last night. The Angel in the Outfield, okay, which equals Apollyon, okay? I just showed you that. The Destroyer, destroy the Golden Gate Bridge. Victor Glover is in space right now. Shout out to Widow's son who's in the chat. He says that connects more to 9/11 because Alex Jones is said to predicted 9/11. Yeah, exactly. So Angels in the Outfield stars Danny Glover. Now, again, shout out to Widow's son for this, because Widow's son had brought to me the connection. The connection about Danny Glover. So Danny Glover, who was in Angels in the Outfield, he's from San Francisco. Now, Danny Glover was in a movie called Donovan's Echo. And again, shout out to Widow's son, because I learned about this movie from him a long time ago. Donovan's Echo. What is Donovan's Echo about? Donovan's Echo is about a bridge. Okay, so we've made this connection now. We went from Danny Glover, the Angels in the Outfield, like what just happened yesterday in the Angels in the Outfield, and now we found that Danny Glover was in that movie. Now, Danny Glover's from San Francisco, and Danny Glover is in a movie about a bridge. Now, how many days, how many weeks has it been? Let's check out the release date of Donovan's Echo. September 18, 2011. Let's go there. September 18, 2011. Let's check out how many days it is today or yesterday when the Angel in the Outfield caught the 3 passes. It's exactly 759 weeks. Again, from the movie about the bridge with Danny Glover to yesterday's Angel in the outfield, okay? What is 759, guys? 759. Just wait till you see this. This is crazy. 759 is the gematria of Golden Gate Bridge, San Francisco. That's exactly how many weeks it was from Danny Glover's bridge movie to the outfield thing yesterday. Which again, Angels in the Outfield. He was in that movie. Golden Gate Bridge, San Francisco equals 759, guys. Shout out to Migu. If you guys don't know who Migu is, his YouTube channel, he's the one that showed me this 759, okay? About that. So let me bring up Migu. His name is Gematria Book. Gematria Book. One second, guys. Whoops, that's Ball Don't Lie. Shout out to Widow's Son. Again, Widow's Son is the one who let me know about Donovan's Echo. Yeah, Danny Glover, like baseball glove. And there's a guy in space right now, a black guy named Glover. Yeah, exactly. But where is Gematria Book here? Let me find him. Okay, so Gematria Book, he is the one that has showed that Golden Gate Bridge, San Francisco, equals 759. And again, from Donovan's Echo, the bridge, Danny Glover, to yesterday, 759 weeks. I mean, what are the odds of this, guys? And again, Alex Jones just made a tweet today about the Golden Gate Bridge being bombed by Iran. I'm not saying this is how it's going to happen. But remember, Alex Jones equals Donald Trump. Just in case anyone doesn't know, Alex Jones equals 138. Donald Trump equals 138. But check this out, guys. The name of the movie, just to put all this together, the name of the movie I just measured from, which was 759 weeks, like Golden Gate Bridge, San Francisco. Check out the gematria of the name of the movie, guys. Look. Hold on. Sorry, guys, I was doing a Superman decode and still had some things in there. But look, the name of the movie even equals Golden Gate Bridge. I mean, on top of everything we just talked about, and now the movie even equals Golden Gate Bridge. Let me just make that a little bigger. So again, I just showed you the perfect date duration from the movie to yesterday's Angel in the Outfield. And then the movie equals the Golden Gate Bridge. And basically everything comes together, right? And I'm missing something important in the Alex Jones tweet. Hold on. What am I missing here? He put aggressors in quotations. What does aggressors equal? Shout out to Gene Splice in the chat. Let's see what it equals. Wow, it equals bridge collapse. Oh, wow. Bridge collapse. Guys, the United States is getting ready to turn 250 years old, by the way. And Donald Trump is 79 years old. But yeah, bridge collapse. Bridge collapse equals aggressors, which is the word he puts in quotations here. Remember, the Francis Scott Key Bridge collapsed at 128. Who was the guy who made the catch yesterday in the MLB? His name is Jordan Scott Adell. Look at this. Jordan Adell. Look how his middle name is Scott. Just like the Francis Scott Key Bridge. And again, today is Easter. Last year on Easter, Francis died. Francis Scott Key. This is all connected to Pope Francis being the bridge builder, right? The pontiff. Yeah, this is also a huge ritual to Pope Francis, right? But again, the middle name is Scott. That's the middle name of the Francis Scott Key Bridge. Let's just do a quick date measurement from the Francis Scott Key Bridge to where we're in right now. Hold on. Hold on. 741 days to tomorrow, guys. That's the 38th prime. Apollyon equals 38. This is the number of Lucifer, guys. 741, the sigil of Lucifer. 38 it's the 38 triangular number. Lucifer equals 38. Apollyon equals 38. Wow. So that's from the bridge collapse. 211, guys. That's the 47. That's the 47th prime. 106 weeks. Guys, 106 weeks from the Francis Scott Key Bridge to the 7th. Why is that interesting? Because Apollyon equals 106. It's exactly 106 weeks. Prophecy. Prophecy. Oh, I forgot. Prophecy equals 110 and 106, like Apollyon. So this is the prophecy playing out, guys. Okay. 110, 106. Prophecy, Apollyon, Jordan Adele, who made the catch yesterday, Donnie Darko. Remember, in Donnie Darko, it's a prophecy of the end of the world. Okay. But yeah, the 106, 110 connection, super interesting. What else? So we did the Donovan's Echo. We talked about the Golden Gate Strait. We talked about the angels, the fallen angels, the angel of the bottomless pit. We talked about how the whole tomorrow will be 666 prime days since Neil Armstrong died. Trump's tweet sums to the same gematria as Revelation 9/11. I mean, come on now. Let's just measure from 9/11. We didn't even do that yet. So if we go from 9/11 to tomorrow, it's 8973 days. I have to think more about that. But last year, let's talk more. Let's hit the Pope Francis thing here, because I want to get this out too. Remember, Pope Francis, he was the bridge builder. He died on April 21st, which was Easter Monday. Okay. Shout out to Wes Skeptical, who's in the chat. Another great decode you guys got to go check out. Skeptical in the chat. Let me pull up his channel real fast. I'm trying to make sure I get all the channels in here. So this guy right here, Wes, and under the tag Skeptical, guys, he's always posting some great content. So make sure you guys go check out his channel as well. But again, about the 70s, he's the one that clued me on to the number 70. Why is the number 70 so important? Well, remember, Francis equals 70. Notice how Francis equals 34. This is a number we've been talking about as well, and 47. But 70, Francis, Vatican equals 70. When I did the Killing Moon decode, I connected it to Donnie Darko and the number 70. And when Pope Francis died, let me just bring up my video on this so I can just go through it. Let me just get through this quick. If you guys go in my live video section and you scroll down, you're gonna see a video called "The Killing Moon." The Killing Moon, right here. So let's watch Cody's "The Killing Moon." Now, remember, let me just use this video as a filler here. Remember, I'm talking about this because Pope Francis is the bridge builder pontiff, right? Pope Francis died on Queen Elizabeth's birthday. Queen Elizabeth reigned for 70 years. 70 years. When Pope Francis died, it was on 4/21/2025, which equals 70. Again, Francis equals 70. Vatican equals 70. But remember, Donnie Darko, again, we're going back to the same riddle, guys. The Killing Moon from Donnie Darko, okay? They're going to the moon right now, supposedly, again. So isn't it interesting that a year later on Easter, I did a decode last year on Easter about the Killing Moon. And now on Easter, we're going to the moon. The Killing Moon equals 2, 1, 4, and 70. Well, Pope Francis died on the date 2/1/4, and he died on 70 date numerology, like the Killing Moon equals 2, 1, 4, and 70. Killing equals 70. But when Queen Elizabeth died, she was reigning for 70 years and 214 days, which is the gematria of the Killing Moon. Okay? And again, he died on Queen Elizabeth's birthday. But remember, J.D. Vance was the last person to see him alive. J.D. Vance wrote a book called Hillbilly Elegy, which equals 70. He went to Yale University, which equals 70. Again, Francis equals 70, and he was the last person to see Francis on the day with 70 date numerology. And then I made a bunch of connections with J.D. Vance's book, Hillbilly Elegy, which was released on Elon Musk's birthday, which 70 date numerology. It was 3220 days until Pope Francis died, which is Skull and Bones. But then we talked later on in the stream, we talked about how Hillbilly Elegy equals 70. There was exactly 70 moons between Hillbilly Elegy and the attack on Ukraine. Let me just find this here. But again, J.D. Vance, born 70 days before the movie 1984 came out. Okay, so let me just find the better connections here. Anyway, you guys get the gist, right? You guys get the gist. It's all about the number 70, okay? And so how does this Pope Francis's death last year line up with tomorrow? Well, check this out. If you go from Pope Francis' death, it was on that 70 date numerology, right? If you go to tomorrow, or actually, if you go to Easter today, it's today. Today is 349 days after Pope Francis died on 70 date numerology, and 70 is the number we just connected. So he died on Easter. Today is also Easter, okay? And again, the moon rabbit is on the moon. And I forgot to even say that this all connects to rabbits because rabbit equals 110. This is the number we've been talking about, 110. Also, another one that equals 110 is, what is it? Ukraine. I mean, maybe we get something with Ukraine. Also, I was talking a lot about William recently. William also equals 110. So we have a lot of 110s in play here. We definitely have a lot of 110s. Let's put it that way. But 110 is the 156. So 156 is 110 in base 8. Or 110 is 156 in base 8 counting. 156 is the 911 is the 156 prime number. On 911, the tower was 110 stories. So it all connects. I think that's it. But yeah, guys, it's crazy that please hit those like buttons. Let's get to 200 likes before the stream's over. I know this deserves a like, guys. I know that at the beginning it was a bit rough. Bunny equals 70 and eggs equals 70. Thank you, Skeptical. April 20th is the 110th day of the year. Yeah, thank you, Gene Splice. Let's see. So again, I'm just taking everything I learned from all these other great decoders, Widow's Son, West Skeptical, Gematria Book. I even learned from Zach. You know, I learned from Derek from Gematrinator. But again, we put all these things together and we get a very interesting next couple of days. Am I saying something's going to happen the next couple of days? No. Something could happen with Iran. It's something going to happen in the United States the next couple of days. I don't know, but does the Pope equal 1442? Let me check that. Whoops. The Pope. Let's see. Wait, what was it? Did I miss something? Uh, 1442. That's the number of Revelation 9:11. But Jorge Mario Bergoglio. Well, it's close. It's 1142. It's close. But remember, he has that 201. He has that 312. Trump got 312 votes. Then we got the new pope from the 312 area code, Chicago. And again, just to make the Pope connection, Pope Leo just came out and said that he basically rebuking Trump, right? Pope Leo on Trump. Trump threatened strike on Iran infrastructure days. The same day Pope Leo appeals. So look at what Pope Leo said, guys. Not in God's name. So Trump posted this tweet and he said, "Glory to God for attacking." And then Pope Leo came out and said, "Not in God's name." How Pope Leo is pushing back on divine justification of war. Anyway, you guys can go read the articles. He basically just said you shouldn't be, just like we all know this. I mean, Pope Leo's not any better. I'm not saying that Pope Leo is a good person necessarily either, but I'm just saying that he's playing the good guy here. Trump's playing the bad guy. Pope Leo's saying you shouldn't use God's name to promote a war, which is what Trump did. But yeah, just crazy stuff going on. I mean, what president posts a tweet like this? Okay. I mean, using the F word, saying he's going to kill them bees, saying he's going to send them to hell, saying he's going to blow up a bridge on Bridge Day and blow up a power plant. I mean, the dude's lost his mind. As a president, he's lost his mind. Let me just read the chat for a few minutes and then we'll wrap this up. Does anyone else have any other additions? Thank you to the 294 of you watching. I really appreciate every single one of you. And make sure you guys share this video or like, or I think I think the United States is going to be involved in this more at some point. I don't know if it's going to happen tomorrow, but tomorrow is 9/11 days after Israel declared war on Hamas. So Pope Leo, born on 14/9/149, the 35th prime, the Church of Satan moved to headquarters on the 35th. 4/30/2001, 4 months, 1 week, 5 days, the San Francisco area code. Yep. 415 is the San Francisco area code. I have a very interesting decode I'm looking into about Superman. Guys, wait till you see what I found yesterday with this show, Smallville. I started rewatching a childhood show of mine that I watched, Smallville, and man, I found some crazy stuff, man. Just a little sneak peek of what I'm going to release at some point. Just wait till you guys see what I found in this show, which connects Superman and the Rosetta Stone, man. This is going to be one of my most interesting decodes I ever release, I think. Once I put all the pieces together, man, this is going to be an interesting decode. I don't know how many of you guys have ever seen this show, but I've been rewatching it lately, and now I'm head over heels into a decode on it. And wow, it's super interesting. And I think it actually connects to what we're talking about here today. The key, right? The key to the bottomless pit. But just wait till you see this decode. I'm not going to say any more about it, but definitely something to watch for in the coming weeks. Yeah, today's 4-5. Trump was the 45th president first, then he was the 47th. 4-5, 4-6, 4-7. Yeah, that's a great connection. Today's also Satoshi Nakamoto's birthday, the creator of Bitcoin. Yeah, Chloe Sullivan, the actress in the Smallville show. Allison Mack, she was in this cult. Sean's in the chat, but Sean, wait till I see what I show. I'm probably going to show you first what I found about this Smallville show. Man, this Smallville thing really blew my mind yesterday. There's really something crazy going on. It's all connected to Egypt and the Rosetta Stone, man. And you guys remember Christopher Reeve? Man, I haven't put all the pieces together yet, but I'm telling you, I cannot wait to release this Superman decode. Remember, after Charlie Kirk was killed, CK, like Clark Kent, he was called Superman because he took a bullet in the neck and it didn't go through his neck, right? So they call him Superman. But yeah, I mean, cannot wait to reveal that decode. But yeah, thank you to all the great people in the chat. And thank you to all the other great decoders. Sean, as a matter of fact, we'll have to get together and do another collab decode in the next week or so. I think we should do a decoders roundtable personally in the next month at some point. So maybe we'll plan that as well. We got a whole Discord chat with all the great decoders. I think we should do a roundtable on my channel, not the Eye to Eye podcast, but like an actual roundtable where we get all the great decoders in one stream and we tear it up. Maggie McCombs is in the house. Shout out to Maggie, a great supporter. I absolutely love Maggie. God bless you, Maggie, and your amazing heart and spirit. Always leaving great comments as well. The song Babylon released 7/12/1999 and re-released 7/12/2000. Interesting. That's Julius Caesar's birthday. Julius Caesar's birthday is 7/12. That's also the Beast's birthday. That's Brock Lesnar's birthday. Brock Lesnar, born on July 12th. And of course, Brock Lesnar is the Beast. And just so you guys can see that. So yeah, Maggie McCombs talking about the Babylon thing, you know, he is the Beast, and that's his birthday. I mean, this guy really is a beast, though. I mean, he's huge. I mean, there's a reason why you call him the Beast. Yeah, Ishtar worship, Isis, Ishtar, fertility. That's a lot of what's going on right now, too, with the moon, the rockets that look like a phallus going into the moon, which is the feminine. Lots of stuff going on with that same Ishtar thing. Yeah. Jay's it says corny. I'm not sure what he was talking about. Just the reference to the beast. I don't know. I mean, wrestling is, if you watch wrestling just for entertainment, it is corny. But if you watch it for if you watch it for codes, it's not corny at all. Trust me. Why do they have a guy named Roman Reigns as their top star? I mean, that's not corny. That's just right in your face. So, I mean, yeah, wrestling itself is corny, and it's even getting kind of unwatchable nowadays as far as the actual wrestling. I don't watch it, but I just watch highlights on YouTube. But, you know, you got the wise man who's born on 9/11 with the Roman Reigns. I mean, come on now. He's a twin. He has two sets of twins. He has twin cousins. So, yeah, I get you can make it work with anything. Trump was in WWE too. Trump's in the WWE Hall of Fame. So, again, wrestling, I don't watch you don't watch wrestling. Wrestling is corny if you're just watching it to watch it. I get it. I agree with you, but if you're watching it for symbolism, then it's not corny at all. Oh my gosh, Roman Reigns is on 666 posts, guys. Look. What the heck? I didn't even mean to find this right now, but look, he's on 666 posts. And he has 211. That's the 47th prime. The Vatican, Rome, was founded on 211, guys. The beast, 211 is the 47th prime. Beast equals 47. What was his 666 post? When was his last post? I hate Instagram, man. So his last post was this. Make a wish. I think this was his last post. Yeah. So his last post, his 666 post was make a wish. And he's going to be at WrestleMania on 4/18. And 4/18 is the Aleister Crowley number, the big 4/18. So I will have to look more into that. He has this. We'll see what happens with that. And yeah, this stream has gone long enough. So let's wrap this up. Thank you guys so much. Hit those likes on the way out. And yeah, John Cena is the host of WrestleMania 42, which is the beast number as well. Yeah, Roman Reigns equals 70. Also, his real name, skeptical. Roman Reigns' real name is Joe Anoa'i. Anoa'i. Check out how Joe, that's his real name, equals 70. Like Vatican, like Francis. So another 70. Make a Wish Foundation. Yeah, there might be something with Make a Wish Foundation in that 666. Let's just see what that, let me just real quickly run that. Make a Wish. And guys, who is the #1 Make-A-Wish Foundation giver? John Cena. Okay. Again, wrestling. Also, who's one of the biggest actors in the world? The Rock who was a wrestler. So wrestling is very important. The Undertaker also. Make-A-Wish Foundation equals 106. I find it interesting that Make-A-Wish also equals Golden Gate. But yeah, that's not the point of this decode, but I just wanted to look before we go off live. All right, guys, take care. Have a good rest of your night. I really appreciate you all. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. God bless. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.